Okay, here's a really common expression in English, needless to say. Is that one you've heard before?
I think I have, but
Mhm.
I barely use it.
Okay, good. Well, let's see if we can teach you a new expression that you can use often, right?
Okay.
So in this TED Talk, it was used in this sentence. Anyway, my local colleagues, needless to say, were really very supportive.
Mm,
So will you read that sentence for me?
yeah, sure. Anyway, my local colleagues, needless to say, were really very supportive.
Yeah, good pronunciation and inflection. And I like the way you paused for the commas surrounding needless to say.
Mm,
So I think this is a really interesting expression. It just means obviously or
mm.
as you would expect it. And usually, when the phrase needless to say is used, it's introducing an idea that everybody knows anyway.
Oh, okay, I see.
Okay, so in this example, the local colleagues, they were expected to be supportive.
Mm,
I also find it kind of funny to use this phrase because do you know what the word needless means? If you
needless basically is not needed.
exactly. So if it's needless to say, then why are you even saying it?
Right.
So, but I think it kind of gives emphasis to bring a person's attention to what comes next, that they were
Mm,
really very supportive.
okay, gotcha.
Here's another example sentence. So, needless to say, he won't be at work because of his recent accident,
Wow.
right? So, somebody was in an accident recently. And so clearly he's not going to be at work.
Mm.
So, needless to say.
So it basically, they assume that people know about this statement of facts, right?
Yep. Yep. It would seem like people know about the accident. So it's obvious that he's not going to be at work. And if you don't happen to know about the accident, now you would, and you would get that the accident is associated with not coming to work.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. So now read that sentence.
Needless to say, he won't be at work because of his recent accident.
Yep. Okay. So some synonyms, right? Other words that mean the same thing. You could say naturally
Hmm.
or of course. So my local colleagues, of course,
Mm,
were supportive. My local colleagues naturally were
mm,
supportive. Or a whole phrase, which is very similar to needless to say, is goes without saying.
okay.
So I don't really need to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. My local colleagues, goes without saying, were really very supportive.
I see.
Does that help explain it?
It does. 시간이 없어서 영어를 연습할 환경이 안 돼서 자꾸 영어 실력이 줄고만 있는 것 같아서 고민이신가요? 여러분도 이제 미국 원어민 선생님과 50분간 100% 영어로 진행하는 수업을 통해서 조금 더 정확하고 자연스러운 영어를 배울 수 있습니다. 저처럼 여러분들도 하실 수 있어요. 고민하지 마시고 지금 바로 시작해보세요.
Would you like to try to use needless to say in a
Needless
sentence
to
of your own? All you
say.
got to do is think of something you don't need to say, and there you go.
Needless to say, no. Okay, let me try this. Needless to say, it'll open more doors if you are fluent in English.
Okay,
Does it make
say
sense?
that for me one more time. Needless
N-
to say,
Needless to say, it'll open more doors if you are fluent in English.
good. Yep.
Oh,
And I think that's a good what's the word? Like it's not the literal meaning of open doors,
yeah.
figurative.
Figurative
Uh,
meaning.
right. So like I don't need to go open the door over there, but meaning
Right.
open the door like the door, if you think of the door to opportunity.
Yes, there you go.
So okay. Very good.
Okay.
Needless to say, try using it tomorrow.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Sure.